Where are we currently at now?
I got into property and I built the Airbnb business.
For anyone looking to achieve basically your level of success where you're at, what's one thing they should do?
Invest in the people, mentoring, a circle, community, whatever.
Favorite part working with the community.
Acquisitions and all this crazy stuff. It's good to go after all of that and 100% do it.
Keep an Airbnb forever or not, you're never going to go back to 9 to 5. How's life changed outside of the business?
If you get that freedom and you get your time, we can go anywhere in the world, do what we want, when we want, with who we want to do it.
Rory, what do you do?
So yeah, obviously I run a Airbnb management company. I started back a couple of years doing rent to rent. That's where I started, rent to rent service accommodation, taking on, my first few apartments in Derby. I understood the mechanics of the business. We got good at, the guest communication, the advertising, and just generally understanding how a service accommodation business can run. And I was part of some good networks at the time where I realized other people had, holiday lets or service accommodation based properties, but they didn't maybe necessarily have the time to do the advertising, the marketing, or they didn't have the massive desire to want to do that part of the business. And that led me quite nicely into offering a management-based service where I could look after other people's holiday lets or Airbnbs for them and take a bit of a management fee for doing that. So I don't want to say I accidentally fell into it, but the stars sort of aligned that I wanted to keep growing what I was doing. And it wasn't always just me using my own capital to take on more, contracts and put a furnishing up that way. I realised that I could scale the management side of things and create a good cash flowing vehicle where long term I could step away from the things that I was doing. So before I got involved in Airbnb or property, if you like, I've been pushing business entrepreneurship since about 2018 at the back end of that. So it's been a good, maybe, I don't even know, it'll be 7 years coming at the end of this year. My background before that, I was doing a lot of network marketing, doing a lot of investments into trading and cryptocurrency and things like that. And I never fully got to the point where it was enough income for me to just fully go at that and completely step away from the 9 to 5 stuff that I was doing. I had a background in construction before that I was doing alongside building, an online business, if you like. But it wasn't until I got into property and I built the Airbnb business that I was able to completely, step away from the sales stuff that I ended up doing. So, I think eventually you do get your time with things. Always the vision and the end goal generally stays the same. Financial freedom, time freedom, do the things that you want to do. But sometimes that path will change along the way. And it definitely did change for me. Yeah. But, I feel like I've got to more where I want to go now. And the vision is set on what I want to do moving forward.
Yes. And so where are we currently at now? Talk to me about some numbers. Where are we? How many properties in management, etc.?
So as a business, we have about 43 units that are live right now, that we obviously manage with the business. So we've scaled that literally in the last, 2 years. I think in November 2023, we literally had my 3 apartments, took on a first management unit. And then since then, we took on 42 units. So,
same, bro.
It is mad to look back. It really, really is. But then, you just tick away at it, and real comfortable for the business is if we take on 2, 3, 4 units a month consistently, naturally it just grows with that. And I've got my eyes on hitting 100 units. I've not put an absolute end date that I want to get to it by the end of the year or middle of next year, hit it. And maybe I should put an end goal to that. But I'm just going with the process, just feeling it through, scaling as and when we feel confident and comfortable with it.
Yeah.
And the phase we're in now is just making sure all the systems are all dialed in so I can then, take on more team members, can scale the ad side of things there, and move away from just not even move away, still utilize the referral based stuff that we get, but then turn on the ads to do that higher level of fulfillment. So yeah, the next phase is pushing to 75. So that is adding another 20 or so units, I'd say over the next sort of 6 to 9 months. And then, we push up again to the 100.
Yeah, we do. That's it. The 3 biggest gains you've made whilst working with the community or like being a part of the community?
Yeah, I think definitely understanding a lot more of like the software side of things. Like before I joined the community, yeah, of course I did have like my channel manager. I was on something called uplisting before, but then just seeing like some of how you guys were doing it, like yourself, Ollie, Dean's been really good as well. So just like seeing how some of you guys are moving over to different channel managers and systems and stuff like that. Like if you guys are doing it and you're basically ahead of like where I want to go, you're where I want to be in some aspects, then if you guys are looking at different softwares and things like that, it made sense for me to explore it. So it's like I can sort of be like a couple of steps ahead, like within the vision or how I want to take the business, because I know you guys are doing similar things. So that was a super big one. We was of course using Price Labs as a pricing based software. But the in and outs on how I use it now, and even if you just sharing some of your contacts to bring in outside individual based contractors that can look after that side of the business, that's been a massive breath of fresh air as well. Because I believe as you scale, one of the things that you always want to keep a grips on is your pricing models, like making sure you're set at the right rates and you're not doing things too short or doing things too high, and you've got external people or at least a team that's constantly working on that. Because I don't never want to be at a point where I'm scaling, and I'm losing certain parts of the business. And I believe pricing is one that it is super important. So yeah, so one of the biggest things is like implementing the software, new systems and stuff like that. The community's been a big one. Although it's not been a direct mentoring like based thing that I've gained, but it's just like having access to new people that I can build within my network. What are they doing? How are they moving? What areas are they working in? And just little tips like that. You know, I wasn't a part of all of the corporate travel agents before I joined, so I wasn't in with situ and people like that. So that one lead or opportunity alone has led to like multiple long-term bookings that we've done. So that's a massive win. And I think the third one would be, just having a high level approach and thinking to the business. Just remembering that I don't want to get caught up in the day-to-day all the time, like splitting that balance between like, working 80% in the business or 20% on it, and then slowly reducing that percentage more and more. Before I joined, I had the confidence to, of course, grow the team, and I had a team already. But knowing that you guys had like 15, 20 VAs, other people that you were bringing on properties with, people that are going out doing sales, you had marketing agencies on board. I'm like, like this is a properly viable business, what I'm doing. I should get more people to help me out with this. And that's what I've been able to do. So now we've got like a VA that works all hours under the sun, bless her. I've got another UK-based VA, another bookkeeper. I've got a bookkeeper that works with the accountant side of things there. Got a guy on pricing. I've got someone that's helping me on my website and SEO. So I built out like a full team around that. So I've got people to help me grow it,
Yeah, sick. And I guess how's life changed outside of the business? What does life look like now outside of the business? Anything, any holidays planned or what?
Yeah, I mean, look, 2023 was a breakthrough year for me anyway. Even outside of Airbnb, I hit my first like 6-figure year for me anyway, doing sales and stuff like that. So that was a big changer for me anyway. Secured my first like property that is mine. But yeah, since like doing Airbnb even more, I've not took a sales call or worked a 9-to-5 base thing for someone else for like over a year and a half now. Which is actually, it is mad and is a pinch yourself moment. Super grateful to be in that position. And I think once you get to that level, it is game changing because your time is completely yours. I can just pick up this laptop here, take my partner with me. We can go anywhere in the world, do what we want, when we want, with who we want to do it. And that is the ultimate goal. Do you know what I mean? It's not the materialistic stuff and, all of that. Yeah, it's good to have that. And it's good to have them as goals and get them and whatnot. But if you get that freedom and you get your time being your own fully, it's, nothing beats it. Do you know what I mean?
It is, like you say, it's a pinch. So you take it for granted sometimes, don't you, without realizing it, like when you're like working away. But like you actually do have crazy amounts of freedom to like literally work when you want to, and like, yeah, it's fine, you can choose to work as like all day if you want, that's the point, but like, it's for you, right? Like, you're building it for yourself, you're building it for your family, like, and that's what's absolutely crazy. Like, I've done a couple of these calls, and it's just like, people, they like, you've got to pinch yourself and be like, holy shit, like, actually, you've got out the 9 to 5, you know? And like, it doesn't have to be like 50, you don't have to have these crazy goals, like, you don't have to like get to 5 units, 50k a month, 100k, whatever, you don't have to do that. Like, I feel like once you replace your income, your mindset changes forever. Like, once you realize you can make your same income through a business and actually do it remotely, whether you're working or not, like whether you have to work 3 hours a day or not, it's like, you've done it, you know, you've proved to yourself that, and there's no limitation on that, you know, like past that income, there's no limitation on how big you want to take it. Like, you can literally fucking take it to 150k a month if you want, you know? So you absolutely can, mate, and it comes down to that belief system within people to do that. Like, if someone's going to watch this on the side of the fence or looking into this new, like, considering doing it, like, you just got to back yourself and go for it, because it's easier than what you think that it is to do, but it is hard to do it. So you need the guidance, you need the mentoring, you need the support, and you just need someone in your corner just to push you along, just to be like, look, you can actually do this. It is actually possible. And I'd say, look, once you get to 15, 20 units, like, you're replacing your income. And if you're doing it on rent to rent, you can do it with 4 to like 6 to 7. So it's not as hard as some people make it out to be. But you've got to build that confidence in yourself to do it. And it's like the last 2 weeks, like, you know, I've been packing my old house up, I've been moving into this new one, we've been decorating, and I'm like, oh shit, like, I've not even been on the laptop hardly, do you know what I mean? I've just been letting my team deal with the stuff. But I'm like, no, that's what it should be. It shows that I don't need to be glued to this 10, 12 hours a day. And when I do, it's for the love of it, because I know I can grow it bigger and better. So yeah, it's game changing, mate. It is. No, I mean, it's cool to see you get fired up about it as well, because like, you very rarely pat yourself on the back, you know, but like, you can see like you have done fucking sick, man. Like, you've done better than like, you're like in the you're literally like in the 1% of people, do you know what I mean? That have that freedom, and like, you don't take it for granted, but you just forget to take a moment to realize that actually this is life now, you know, like, because no matter what, whether you like keep an Airbnb forever or not, like, you know, like, you're never going to go back to 9 to 5, you know, like,
that's it, mate, because it's just compounding, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, there's always going to be a next goal, of course there is, and it's good to have that, you know, 75 units, 100 units, build a portfolio on the back of it, get into some other software stuff, you know, acquisitions and all this crazy stuff. It's good to go after all of that and 100% do it. But once you get to that level where you've got like good amount of cash flow behind you, good monthly income that's coming in, it is game changing. Because it's like, now we're looking at opportunities like, what can we buy? Like, we're doing a rent-to-rent SA, we're managing Airbnbs. Like, can we buy something and do Airbnb with it? So that way, like, we're building a portfolio on the side of it. The business is managing it anyway. Get some capital appreciation. We got some cash flow through that. And then you just grow it and grow it.
100%, man. That's it as well. That's the classic one. Like everyone, I think a lot of people now are like, oh, should I buy it? Like, I always say anyway, people are like, oh, they're in a 9 to 5, or, oh, I'm thinking about buying a house, or should I like build my own business? And I'm like, why not build a business that's going to make you replace your income so you got time freedom, and then get to like 10, 20k a month, buy a house every 3 months if you want. Like, we just literally buy a house like every month, like every 2 months basically, which then profits £1,500 a month, which is managed by the business. And then we have like 6 now, so that's £1,500 times by 6 passive through the bit. It's like, it's just compounding, like you say, bro. So it's sick to see. It's like, it's fun to chat about, mate.
And it's changing like a bit of the norms in people's heads, because it's always like, go to school, get a good job, go university, get some 9 to 5, earn some decent money, get a car and finance, go get a house, get a dog, this and that. And then like, you're almost trapped in this life that like makes it hard to, not even that you want to get out of it, but it's very hard then to escape like your 9 to 5, because you got all these overheads, responsibilities, you start having children and stuff like that. And that's a great life. That is the life, of course, a lot of us want, and we do want, and we should have. But then when you got all those responsibilities, it makes it even harder to then build a business off the back of it, because you've got less time, less disposable income. So it is the best time to do it in your 20s, I believe, when you've got that freedom and you've got time to make mistakes as well. I think that's a big one, and find your path, because it took me nearly 7 years to get to where I am. And so it's not a quick thing. And I've done the 9 to 5s for years and work all evenings on online based skills and businesses. So it doesn't happen overnight. But if I knew about Airbnb then, like, it'd be different levels.
Yeah, for sure. And like with that, like, what was the favorite part? I know if we worked together, like, what was the best part, like favorite part working with like the community or working myself?
Yeah, the favorite part for me was, I think, just going at speed with it. Going at speed, like seeing more of a vision on what's possible, and just working in like a collective mastermind. Like, I think that's a really good thing to like grip on. Like, obviously, when you're going at it alone with entrepreneurship and business, like, it can be a bit lonely. Yes, you got lots of clients, investors, and guests and stuff like that, but it's not always like genuine, real relationships and friendships. So I think like the fun thing for me is like, you know, we can all catch up on quarterly bases and do the meals and the masterminds and that, and have conversations and actually be around people that are doing similar things to you, and they have similar visions and goals and things that they want to do with their life, you know. So that's, you know, super fun thing to be a part of, because I'm big on that. Like, you know, I'm big on people and socials and things like that. And obviously when you're at your desk all day, like in your own environment or whatnot, sometimes you can lose a little bit of that. And like when you push to do these businesses and stuff like that, you may distance yourself from the friends that you used to know before, because maybe their culture is like, you know, going to the pub every Friday and Saturday, and you want to shift away from some of that stuff. Generally, that's what I found. So then it's finding other people that want to do the things that you do. And it could be like bolted in like fitness and building a business and building something that's real, you know? So that's been super fun to me, just having more people around me that are doing similar things, and we can really bounce off each other, you know?
100%. And like, what does the next 12 months look like for you then?
Next 12 months, obviously I want to scale the management business massively. We'll continue to do that. Naturally, it just happens now. Like, you know, we've got a pipeline of like 5 to like even 7 coming over the next couple of weeks. That just happens from the network, like being out there, people referring you, and just keeping good relationships going. So we want to scale that. You know, definitely want to itch the bug of buying some assets too. I've been doing a load of background stuff over the last 2 years, just understanding about buying something and refurbing it and refinancing and stuff like that. So definitely want to build a portfolio of, you'll start off with 1, but if we can scale it to like, you know, 5 to 8 over the next 12 months, like, it'll be class doing that. Go on more trips, go on more holidays. You know, my partner's never been to Asia, so I want to take her out to Bali or Thailand. You know, we'll do that. And just keep pushing. Just keep pushing and seeing what's possible with it. You know, the immediate 2 things are like, grow the management business, grow the portfolio on the side of it, and, you know, start offering, you know, more services to investors and things like that. You know, can we source some properties for them that need some refurbs? Can we manage them with SA, like, on the back end? You know, I toyed with like doing the lettings side as well. You know, could I build that as an arm? And I've got like sourcing, the Airbnb management. I've got lettings on the side of that. Like, we're managing some of the refurbs. So like, what I love about property, and it's like one of my little gems that not everyone clocks onto, I don't think. But it's like, it's very easy to build in other businesses around that, you know, because then you got that ecosystem where, you know, I have like 12 to 15 cleaning teams that I work with. Like, could you build a cleaning business on the side of it, you know? Like, I give maintenance thousands per month. Could we build a maintenance business? Like, furnishing, tens and tens of thousands go to furnishing companies a month. Can we build that out, you know? So even then, even though they're not like set goals over the next 12 months, when the time's right with certain things that align with the business and the things that I want to do, we'll also build those out too. But the next ones are definitely the portfolio side. Maybe get my hands a little bit dirty there. And then, you know, scaling those other things out.
Sick. And like, I guess, for anyone looking to ultimately, though, because you've achieved a lot of success, right, since the start. So like, what, for anyone looking to achieve, like, basically your level of success where you're at, one thing they should do, like what maybe you should have done sooner, or?
Yeah, I think definitely, yeah. Invest in the people, mentoring, a circle, community, whatever, that are doing the things that you want to do and they're where you want to go. You know, I think doing that early is one of the best things to do. Obviously, I've done a lot of investing and I haven't held back from doing that. But obviously, not that I was going at the Airbnb management alone, but there was a period of like 6 to 9 months where I didn't really have this like community that we have right now, you know. I didn't have that accessible to be around a community of other people building this type of business. Yes, I was involved in like property mentoring and education, but it was only through like the monthly calls that I had where I got a real regroup and questions, answers of where to go next and stuff like that. And even the coach that was coaching me at the time, he didn't have an Airbnb business, well, not a massive one. He didn't have an Airbnb management business. Yeah. He just had a few holiday lets where he had a management company looking after them. Yeah. Whereas like the guys in the community that we're a part of now, like they all have 10 units, 20 units, 30 units. Yeah. And they manage different stuff all over the country. They have different systems, ways of doing things. Some of them own things and look after holidays and B&Bs and stuff like that. So it's a real diverse group of like community mentoring and coaching that people can gain a lot of value for. Yeah. So I think where I was looking back, getting started, get around those people that are doing what you want to do and ahead of where you want to be, that can massively fast track your results.
Yeah. Yeah, and then like I guess I mean like the circle's a massive one. I think people don't appreciate that enough, like being around people who make, like if you're around people who like get drunk, party all the time, then that's what you're gonna do, right? It's like if you're at, you know, if you're, it's like that old saying where it's like, you know, if there's five millionaires in the room and it's, you know, you're the sixth person and you're not a millionaire yet, you'll be one soon, you know. Same with like Airbnb management businesses.
Yeah, that's it. You're average of the 5 people, you know, like if all of your buddies have all got like 50 to 100 units and you haven't got one yet, well, you're bound to get one pretty soon because they'll either just give you one to get you started or like the opportunity will just come around, you know. Mm-hmm. So yeah, you got to get in the right rooms, you got to get in the right circles, and you got to invest into that as well. Yeah. You know, there's been plenty of times where I've not had the funds to go into coaching or program or get certain things, but you got to get resourceful to find the money. And that may be putting it on a credit card or borrowing funds off your friends or family or not going on a holiday at the back end of the year. But that's the better option than probably doing what you're doing now, you know?
Yeah. And what would you say to someone thinking of working with like myself or Ollie or joining the community or the academy?
Yeah, I'd say just 100% do it. Go for it. Bite the bullet. Not even bite the bullet, just go for it. Just back yourself. Like, you're in safe hands. And I think just put the trust in those individuals that are in front of you that have done what you potentially want to do, and just follow the guidance step by step. It could be overwhelming at the start with lots of moving parts. You know, you probably won't understand the software, the websites, these VAs and all of this stuff. But you've got to think like everyone starts with like zero and nothing, you know? Like we didn't come into this having any of this framework or system set up, no network. We all started at zero pretty much. So, you know, if we can do it right, many others can do it too. So you just have that confidence in yourself that you can do it and make that investment in yourself for the better future.
100%. Well, I appreciate that a lot, man. It makes me smile because it means you've got at least some value from me. So
yeah, we can
jump on a call and get to 100 units. You know, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's it. And it's I mean, look. Of course, it's me at the end of the day. I'm not saying anyone gave it to me. I've done the work and your skill stack. You know, right from the start, I knew I could do it because I got the background in sales, coaching, marketing, social media, connections, network. But I've been building it my whole freaking life. Yeah. So, like, you know, I know what I'm capable of, and that is a powerful asset to build, and that comes with time as well. So, yeah, no one's handed it to me on a plate. And Dan and Ollie, no, they've not done it for me, but they've guided me in the right way. And just having that person there where you can pick up the phone to or drop a WhatsApp to, whatever time it is, or jump on the weekly coaching calls, just that little nudge. And we often know the answers as well. You just need that soundboard off someone to go, yeah, I'm doing this right, or that is a good thing to do. Yeah. And then you can go after it, you know? Yeah. That built in with some resources, you got the blueprint.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I appreciate that a lot, man.